The time has come, folks. We are now entering into the top 10 Boston Red Sox prospects heading into the 2026 regular season as voted on by the contributors at TalkSox.com. In this video, we will look at prospects 6 through 10, and for each prospect, you will see an article pop up on the side of the screen. And so if you are looking for a deeper dive on any of these names, make sure you visit TalkSox.com. So without further ado, looking at the 10th ranked prospect, right-handed pitcher Anthony Eyanson, somebody who maybe doesn't have a super high ceiling, but does have a relatively safe floor as a mid-rotation starting candidate. His high floor is due to him being able to command the strike zone. In 108 innings at LSU, he only walked 36 batters, an impressive number there. His fastball is more of a sinker, and it sits in the mid to low 90s, although it did touch 96 at LSU, and so far in spring training, we've seen it touch 98. But his most impressive offering might be his mid-80s slider that generated a 52% whiff rate in college. He also has an above-average curveball, and he has a changeup, although if there's one pitch that he struggles commanding, it's that one. Again, for being such a young arm, usually control and command is the biggest issue, but he has that mostly nailed down. Of course, he's got to improve that changeup a little bit, but because of those command and control capabilities that he has, he already is projecting as a mid-rotation starter. So again, he is somebody that doesn't have necessarily a super high ceiling, but he does have a safe floor, and those types of prospects are important in the organization. Speaking of young arms who need to work on commanding and controlling the strike zone, that's our number 9 prospect, right-handed pitcher Marcus Phillips. Now, he has an overpowering arm that can hit triple digits, but he struggles with hitting the strike zone consistently. Although his fastball can hit triple digits, it is relatively flat. And so his premier pitch is really a low 90s slider that has some really hard bite to it. He does try and throw a changeup, but that has even worse control and command. So you're really looking at a fastball slider approach, which is kind of indicates that he is probably destined for a bullpen role. Now, he is really a boom or bust guy, because if he can develop that changeup, you are looking at a solid, mid-rotation starter possibly. If he can even just command the strike zone with his strike and his slider, you can't really get away with being a 2-pitch pitcher as a starter, but then that would improve his possibilities of being a high leverage reliever down the roll. However, if he can't figure out how to hit the strike zone consistently, then you're looking at a guy that probably just won't have the ability to make the major league levels. So again, Marcus Phillips is a big boomer bust prospect at number 9. At number 8, we have shortstop Dorian Soto, and he has a unique profile at the plate because he has impressive raw power, and that shows up in game as well. However, we typically then associate that with he's probably really aggressive, a lot of swing and miss, a lot of strikeouts, and that's just not the case. He is aggressive, but he also has really good contact skills. Now, he is a switch hitter, and he definitely did better from the left side of the plate last season, but there was a wrist injury in play there, and so that did kind of impact the right side of the plate more, and so that's just going to be something to kind of watch here in 2026. Now, he's a big guy for a shortstop, standing at 6'3", and his glove is his worst tool. So you're looking at someone who, sooner rather than later probably shifts over to the hot corner, and that really just matches his batted ball profile even better. Again, kind of a power guy, and typically your third baseman, you are looking for plus power. And so with his development, you are looking at somebody who has the upside of being a middle of the order bat for the Boston Red Sox someday. Coming in at number 7, we have outfielder or first baseman, a physical specimen, Justin Gonzalez. Gonzalez comes in at 6'6" and 277 pounds at only 19 years old. His big frame comes with a big bat and elite exit velocities. His 90th percentile EV was 107 miles an hour last year, maxed out at 113, and so far in spring training, he's reached 117 miles an hour off the bat. Now, unfortunately, his launch angle needs work. He had a high ground ball rate, and so we're not seeing those exit velocities turn into home runs. So developmentally at the plate, that's going to be the biggest biggest thing for him is to turn that 70 grade raw power into in-game power. Defensively, we said he could play first or outfielder. Again, obviously with being such a big guy, he has kind of a lumbering frame. And so you're looking at, if he's an outfielder, he's going to be a corner outfield guy, although his glove and his range and all those things aren't really lining up that well. So the fallback there will definitely be first base. And given his impressive bat, if he can improve those launch angles and if he can really develop, you are looking at a guy with a high ceiling. If he can't, if he keeps just pounding the ball into the ground, then you're looking at, kind of one of those like 4A type of hitters and just probably won't make an impact at the major league level. A real boom or bust profile. Wrapping up this list, coming in at number 6, we have infielder Mikey Romero. Now, he has an interesting developmental journey because when he was drafted, he was more of a contact first type of guy. But since becoming a professional, he's turned into more of a power over contact type of guy. And that's led to elevated chase rates and elevated strikeout rates. Now, that's not to say that his power is gone. Last year, he did generate a 14% barrel rate and had a career-high 33 doubles. So it's really just trying to find that balance. Again, he has it in himself to be more of a contact guy, and we're not asking him to revert back to contact over power, but again, just to try to find that balance at the plate. Now, when he was drafted, he was first kind of seen as a shortstop, but just doesn't have the defensive chops to handle that premier of a position. So he has been handling second and third base serviceably well. The biggest thing for him is going to be his bat. That is what is going to carry him to the major league level. And if he can find that balance that we talked about earlier, then you're looking at somebody who can be a starter at second base, or maybe just kind of a depth option off the bench. And that is a wrap on Boston Red Sox prospects 6 through 10 as voted on by the contributors at TalkSox.com. As a recap, we had number 10, Anthony Eyanson, number 9, Marcus Phillips, number 8, Dorian Soto, number 7, Justin Gonzalez, and number 6, Mikey Romero. Who was overrated? Who was underrated? We know you're going to let us know in the comments, and stick around to see the top 5 prospects in the next video, and tune in to TalkSox.com for all your latest Boston Red Sox news.